Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on part 3 today. Episode 244. We got off the script coming on a Monday. A little unusual, but not out of the ordinary. I took Sunday off, man. I did absolutely nothing. I caught up on The Walking Dead. I played some Black Ops 4. Had myself a nice, nutritious lunch. And here we are on Monday. I am almost back to 100%. My voice is feeling good. Voice was suffering a little bit because I was pushing myself. As I look at my subscriber count, by the way, 99,114. Almost there, man. I don't believe it's finally happening. For all the people who want to give me a hard time and all the people that want to give me bullshit and troll me and make videos on me. Oh, JD doesn't like Impact because it's taped. How could he say such a thing, man? It's the new thing going around. Oh my God, isn't the Mae Young Classic taped? Or isn't NXT taped? You know, all the same shit. I don't understand, man. This was a going theme all weekend. I'm uploading. I'm doing my job. I'm giving you guys the weekly content. And I'm over here having a good time doing my work. And this is the shit I gotta hear. Oh, JD doesn't like Impact because it's taped. Well, how could Impact invite JD out to Bound for Glory? It's like everybody thinks they know what's going on, but then they don't know a goddamn fucking thing. House of Glory and Impact Wrestling have a good relationship. Put 2 and 2 together, you fucking asshole! I don't understand you people. What more do I need to tell you? And the other one, JD doesn't watch Impact because it's taped. Yeah, I don't watch it because it's taped. What is so difficult to grasp in the statement that I made? Impact taped is different than NXT taped. NXT is a good show. NXT has WWE production value behind it. NXT has Mauro Ranallo. I'll listen to Mauro Ranallo half a fucking sleep over Josh Matthews. Are you fucking out of your mind? TNA or Impact, I'm sorry, TNA, I don't want to make people salty. Impact, their production is god-awful. They've always been god-awful with production. It looks low budget. The way that they cut their promos, I don't like. The sound guy and the theme music, whoever composes their music outside of OVE, is garbage. It sounds and looks low budget. Then you got Josh Matthews. Do I even need to tell you about Josh Matthews? On top of the fact that he's a prick in real life. Do I need to explain any more to you? This was the going theme all weekend. So I just wanted to throw it out there and make some more fucking people salty. Yeah, continue making videos about, oh, JD don't watch Impact. Oh, excuse me. But you're watching me, though, right? Why won't I cover New Japan and Ring of Honor and all this other shit? You guys want to know a reason why I don't venture off and do other things? Because, you know, no matter how many people want to think that they know what the fuck is going on, oh, JD only makes videos and covers WWE because it's his bread and butter. It's his money train. How much wrestling do you want me to consume on a weekly basis? Really? Now, if I didn't enjoy making content, would I make NXT UK reviews where they don't even break 10,000 views? Seriously. I I would love for you to think about that one. If I didn't enjoy sitting here, making content, and speaking into a microphone, why would I cover NXT UK when it makes me no money? But then I want to cover WWE because it's my bread and butter. What am I not going to cover Monday Night Raw when it's the most watched WWE show during the week? The one show where storylines happen most, or at least they try to, or the lack thereof. Am I not going to watch WWE Raw? Am I not going to watch Smackdown Live? So if I didn't enjoy the WWE product, then I wouldn't cover NXT UK. Or if the WWE was my money maker, I wouldn't cover NXT UK. I do it because I love the fucking show. And I love what the letters NXT stand for. And I love the talent on that show. So when you want to say, oh, WWE, JD only covers WWE because of the money train, then you really don't know jack shit. And you're jumping into a fucking hole in which you can't get out of. That is the only argument that you have. So, I don't understand where people are coming from with that logic. And the amount of WWE content that I have on a weekly basis. I mean, you think this show is fucking easy to put together? Do you think, strategically lining my notes up in where everything is in sync? And talking about certain topics and writing out bullet points about what to talk about and what I want to mention on the fucking show. You think it's easy though, right? You think I just sit here and just everything's off the top of my fucking head? Of course I have a fucking little script I write myself. Otherwise I wouldn't have anything to go off of. So the man hours I put into the fucking show, obviously I enjoy every fucking week. Because I'm home. And I got a cup of coffee next to me. Raw's 3 hours. SmackDown's 2 hours. NXT is 1 hour, right? So that's 3, 5 between two shows. NXT, 6 hours. NXT UK, 7 hours. Mae Young Classic, 8 hours. And then on top of that, I am recording for about 4.5 hours every single fucking weekend. How much more wrestling would you like me to cover? Would you like me to go out and purchase New Japan World and cover New Japan? And cover Lucha Underground when nobody gets El Rey? And cover Impact Wrestling when nobody's watching the show? Now that they're moving to 10 p.m.? So when you got fucking people saying this outlandish shit who don't know a goddamn fucking thing, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous to me. Slow the fuck down. That's all I heard all weekend. Oh, this guy said this. Oh, this guy said that. I don't want to watch anything else. With the amount of bullshit that I gotta watch in WWE, I don't want to watch any more wrestling. I want to enjoy myself. I want to turn on Black Ops 4 and enjoy my time with the guys. I want to cook myself a good meal. I want to go to the fucking supermarket and run my errands. I want to take a drive with the windows down. Do you fucking mind? No, I gotta watch New Japan, or I gotta cover Impact to get new eyes on the fucking product. Fuck out of here. Anyway, it's off the script. 244. You guys missed part 1 and part 2. Please go and check that stuff out, man. We got some good stuff. We got WWE and Fox. Obviously, they're in bed together, and they won't be slipping into bed until October 2019. But could Fox be our saviors to the point where WWE is actually positioned in a way in which we have all been dreaming for? Very much like NXT. Competitive. I hope so. They could be our saviors. We talk about that on part 1, man. Right now, that video is looking at 27,000 plus views for a Friday show, man. Part 2, we talked about WWE reportedly winging the Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns saga on Monday Night Raw with no conclusion. They have no conclusion at all. What else is fucking new? So we got that on part 2. If you guys missed that, please go and check all that stuff out in the annotation that you see in the top right corner of your screen. We are now 900, less than 900 away from 100,000. So for everybody that continues to tell me I'm doing my job wrong, go fuck yourself. 99,114 as I look at the subscriber count. Thank you guys so very much for all your love and support. Or I should mention love, hate, and support, because my haters are my biggest fans. So thank you guys so very much. I would not be anywhere without you guys watching me and talking about me every waking second. Anyway, man, let's move on. We got Twitter, at JD from NY206. Please follow me on Twitter. You guys know the deal about that. Great way to keep up to date on the channel, as everything I upload on YouTube gets pushed to Twitter. So make sure you guys cover me on there. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. You guys know the deal about that. And if you guys want to support through the Patreon page, patreon.com/JD from NY206, man. Make sure you guys support through there. It's a great, great, great way to support the show. I want to shout out the guys who have made it this weekend as far as pledges, man. We got Chris Marcello. We got Brett L. pledging $20, man. Thank you so much, Brett. Chris donated 15, or pledged 15, rather. Chris Marcello pledged 15, Brett 20, and then Alistair McKenzie raised his pledge from $3 to $5, man. Thank you guys so much. You guys are beasts. You join the list of beasts in October 2018 right now for subscribing to the Patreon page, man. Thank you guys so very much for all that. Make sure you guys get your t-shirts, barbershopwindow.com/offthescript, code BSHOP20 for 20% off. 17 designs in total. You guys know the deal, man. 17, and they are the best looking t-shirts on the podcast scene right here in the community, man. Bar none. Bar none. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. We are going to have the new one ready, hopefully by next week. It is already submitted for approval. I am hoping that it will be on sale by next weekend's episode 245, so you guys can actually go ahead and order them and support the push to 100,000 subscribers. I will be unveiling the new design as soon as it is approved on next weekend's show, man. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Harrys.com/script. Not only they are sponsoring the show, but they are good friends of the show, man. They are going to give you a free trial shave set just for using our unique link, man. Harrys.com/script. You're going to get a razor handle, a razor blade, a protective case if you guys want to keep that blade looking nice, or if you want to take it with you on the road while you travel. And they're going to provide you with some foaming shave gel which soothes and hydrates, and it smells absolutely fucking fantastic, man. I never stamp my name to anything that I don't use, and I never stamp my name to something that I don't believe in. And Harry's is something that I absolutely believe in, man. Harrys.com/script. They are guaranteeing you the best shave of your life. I'm stating right now that I back that statement 100%. And when you guys use it, you're going to find out for yourself, man. And they are so confident in that they're going to give you a free trial shave set. So try it today, Harrys.com/script. And Audible. Audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys sign up. Use our link. You're going to find your way to Audible. You're going to find your way to 1 month free of Audible. Free, man. It's 30 days free of Audible, and they're going to include one free audiobook of your choice. But here's the best thing, man. You're going to choose your audiobook. You got a selection of 200,000 choices on Audible. You got Android and iPhone devices compatible with Audible. You're going to choose your book, and if you feel like Audible is not for you, you guys can cancel at any time within that 30-day grace period, and you will not be billed at all, and you get to keep your audiobook for free, man. So if you guys have already signed up, please pass it along. Tell a friend, a family member, a coworker, a classmate. Audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys support through Audible. Great, great, great way to support the show. Let's get on with the news and rumors, guys, shall we? To start off with this story, which I find hilarious for those people who want to tell me, oh, the ratings don't matter. Really now? I want to see you tell Vince McMahon the ratings don't fucking matter. I want to see you tell Fox when SmackDown moves to Fox 5 here in New York City that the ratings don't matter. One reason why WWE officials this week are said to be disappointed with SmackDown 1000. Is it because the show felt rushed? Is it because they really didn't make it feel special? Is it because it didn't really feel like a celebration of 1,000 episodes? Could be a mixture of all those things. SmackDown's 1,000 episode occurred on Tuesday. If you guys missed the review, it's on the channel. Go check it out. It included title changes, returns, and a Big Show heel turn. And then you wonder why people aren't fucking tuning in. While not featuring the star power that was shown on Raw 1000 back in 2012 or the 25th anniversary special of Monday Night Raw in January of this year, it was still a fun event that mixed the current roster in with elements of the past. The reunion of Evolution was probably the best moment of the night, I agree. And what was Batista's first appearance on WWE programming in over 4 years, and a seed was planted for a major match down the line with Triple H, possibly at WrestleMania, but I will talk about that immediately following this report about when we could possibly see Batista versus Triple H in the ring one more time. The Bar. Speaking of the Bar, let me sidetrack you. I don't want to get sidetracked, but I can't fucking help myself. Do you know what WWE is going to call the Big Show, Sheamus, and Cesaro, and the pairing of this new trio? I'll give you one guess, please. I'll give you guys about 5 seconds to take a guess about what they're going to call these guys. Okay, let's count down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Time's up. 5. WWE is going to be calling them Show Bar. Yet, these are the people that write this show every fucking week. Can we please call for someone's exit immediately? Is this what we've sunk into? Really? Show Bar? I have no fucking words for it. I can't even come up with a witty fucking comment. Who the fuck wants to see the Big Show regularly on WWE TV? Yeah, what a great way to ruin a fucking title reign. Yeah, let's put you with the Big Show. The Bar won the tag team titles from the New Day after some assistance from Sedu and Rey Mysterio also returned for his first singles match since 2014, defeating Shinsuke Nakamura. What's that I hear? I hear a jet taking off to Japan. Maybe Shinsuke Nakamura's on it. With all this going on, you'd think backstage feelings would be positive. Negative. According to Raja, the discussions coming out of the show have all been to do with the ratings, which are seen as pretty important in the television industry today. You don't say! So Vince wasn't happy with SmackDown Live because of the ratings. But the ratings don't matter to the fucking plebeians on social media. What difference does it make if the ratings are slumping? They're making $7 billion, man. The stock is $85 a share, man. It was revealed on Wednesday that 2.54 million people tuned in to watch the historic episode of SmackDown Live. And there's been 12 editions of SmackDown this year with higher viewership. Despite defeating Raw this week, which is not really all that surprising because Raw is god-awful. Those kinds of numbers aren't promising whatsoever, especially as so many returning faces, the ones who are meant to put the butts in the seats, were advertised in advance. Putting it into perspective, Raw 25th anniversary drew 4.5 million fans to the product for the evening. And that has nothing to do with the current roster, by the way. Hence the company dissatisfaction with how things went. Well, WWE didn't really book for SmackDown Live 1000, and they didn't really put any resources into it at all. They got you hyped for the Raw 25th anniversary. They didn't do that for SmackDown Live. They did SmackDown Live dirty, treating it like a red-headed stepchild, as always, in WWE. With the huge money move to Fox Sports next year, SmackDown are going to need a buck up with the ideas before the switch, with the channel reportedly wanting more wrestling and less comedy, which we discussed about on part 1. Go check it out. They're going to need to do a lot more than to win the fans this time around. Well, what can I say? SmackDown Live 1000 was very uneventful. It was a lackluster effort. Even though it had a special feel to it in some sense, it was a lackluster effort. It looked like WWE half-assed the show. It's exactly what it looked like. What else do you want me to say? But the ratings don't matter, though, right? When the backstage feeling is that 8 other SmackDowns this year were higher rated than SmackDown 1000. What the fuck does that tell you? Where'd the fans go? Where did the fans go? Why is WWE so upset? Or why are they thinking, well, fans aren't watching the show? Do you know why they're not watching the fucking show? It's because you continuously put on fucking garbage. The lack of quality is so consistent with WWE. Of course people aren't going to fucking watch. If they take 1 week off, 2 weeks off, 4 weeks off, 6 weeks off, and they come back, they would have missed nothing. You are driving these fans away. With the amount of garbage television that you're putting on, then you're wondering why fans don't come back. If fans are so turned off by what you're doing right now, do you think by putting on a good show that fans are going to come back miraculously for that one good show? Of course not. When fans get fucking 12 weeks of garbage television and then in the 13th week they get good television, of course they're not going to come back because they don't know that the show is good. Because they're expecting it to be like the other 12 weeks. The fuck do you expect with these people? No, but the ratings aren't important now, right? Fuck out of here. Ratings are still important to WWE. Even you know, the demographics that they get. They look at everything ratings-wise. The demographics and the age groups that are watching the show, the overall ratings, they care about that. You mean to tell me they're going to go to Fox Sports next year? And whatever your Fox affiliate is, wherever you are, right? Here it's Fox 5. You're going to go to Fox and you're not going to care about the fucking ratings? Soon as SmackDown starts getting less than average to what Fox expects, you can guarantee there's going to be a fucking jet burner fueling that fucking fire underneath WWE's ass to get things right. And it's going to come from Fox. So Fox honestly could be our saviors in 2019, because when shit starts to go bad, then Fox is going to be like, bro, we're paying $2 billion. What the fuck are you doing? You better fucking do what we say. And fast. Vince ain't no fucking, head honcho anymore. His bosses now are Fox and everything else surrounding these TV deals. So I'm looking forward to hopefully everything that we reported this weekend to be a reality. I hope Fox lights a fire under WWE's ass, because they certainly ain't getting it from anywhere else. It's disgusting. I don't understand how you're the biggest wrestling promotion and you just lackadaisical. Whatever. Let me just sign this talent and waste them away. We don't give a shit about pushing anybody. We're getting all this money from $500 million from Saudi Arabia, $2 billion from $5. We don't give a shit. Let me sit on my fucking cozy lawn chair, feet propped up with a fucking pina colada in my hand, and not give a shit that we see the same fucking matches on Monday Night Raw 16 weeks in a row. They don't give a fuck. They really don't give a fuck, but next year, they will give a fuck, because the ratings do matter, and they will matter when they go to Fox Sports. Apparently, Becky Lynch and Charlotte and their feud has just been advanced in a really uncreative way. Looks like WWE might have bitten off a little bit of the Austin Aries Johnny Impact situation. Now, WWE's Twitter account showed Charlotte talking to the female NXT superstars on Saturday afternoon with fans commenting that they'd love to see Becky run in with a sneak attack. And that's exactly what happened, as it was reported on NXT's Twitter account that the two were involved in an altercation at the Performance Center in Orlando. In an absolute copycat way of Impact Wrestling, to hype their feud further. It gained so much interest on Twitter with over 1,000 likes in an hour. With the cameraman being seen in the background, we can assume the footage will be shown on Tuesday night, so we know what really went down. But even from the sneak glimpse on Twitter, WWE fans love the direction that the writing team have gone in, and it's genuinely a creative angle. You don't say. You don't say, because just 1 week ago, Austin Aries and Johnny Impact did the same fucking thing, and they landed on TMZ. Now, people in the news, the mainstream media outlets, the people who cover sports are picking this up as if it was a real fucking deal. So, WWE clearly can't come up with ideas on their own. And it's quite sad. It's quite sad. I don't think this feud needed that. To be honest with you, and to be frank, I don't want to see this feud advance past Evolution. It needs to be over with after Evolution. I am done seeing these two in the ring. I want Becky to move on to something new with her new attitude as a babyface that she is, because she's not a heel. And I want Charlotte to move on to something else as well. Simple as that. But this isn't new and exciting. Maybe new to the fucking WWE idiots who don't know any better, but apparently WWE has just amped up this storyline in a most uncreative way by trying to throw a dose of reality into an already dying feud. So there you go. Maybe I would care a little bit more if WWE didn't push me into trying to boo Becky Lynch instead of loving Becky Lynch, because there's no reason why anybody should hate this woman, boo this woman, or dislike this woman at all. So WWE probably will be showing this footage on SmackDown Live this coming Tuesday. Speaking of SmackDown Live, I did mention Batista and Triple H from SmackDown 1000. The seeds were planted, no question. As soon as Batista uttered the words, Triple H has done everything in WWE except beat me. So now there could be a possible event for Batista versus Triple H. It's on WWE if they want to wait that long to blow off this feud. Batista returned to the WWE on SmackDown 1000, and the reunion of Evolution was a great overall promo. There was heat, there were laughs, and then there was Batista making a statement that Triple H never defeated him in a match, which piqued the game's interest as well as everybody watching. Batista wanted to do this program when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, but Triple H and Stephanie McMahon apparently didn't want to chance it because they didn't know if the move was going to be any good. But it was. It was very good, and now Batista is a huge star. Since teasing this match, it's likely to deliver down the line, and Dave Scherer speculated on PW Insider Elite Audio when the perfect time would be to host this kind of match, and that is when SmackDown Live debuts for the first time on Fox in October 2019. He says, and I quote, "It is the perfect place for that to happen. I mean, think about it. They want people to tune into that event, the new network obviously, but what a great way to do it. But to have a movie star like Batista take on Triple H, who is one of the big bosses in WWE." End quote. Only time will tell if WWE will pull the trigger on this match at all, but hopefully they can make it work. In a perfect world, Batista and WWE were able to work something out last night, or last minute rather, on SmackDown 1000. Actually, in a perfect world, we would love to see CM Punk come back, headline WrestleMania, and just get what he rightfully deserved then when WWE fucked him over. But Batista versus Triple H in 2019 could be a definite for most wrestling fans watching this company. What does it mean to you? I don't know, man. I love it. I don't know what you guys think about it, but I loved it. I loved everything about SmackDown Live 1000 and the return of Evolution. I've been waiting for Batista to come back. I've had a soft spot for Batista the last couple of years. I know that WWE tried to, miscast him back in 2014 when they went about putting him and Randy Orton in the main event. That was Vince McMahon's desire, to put Batista and Randy Orton in the main event at WrestleMania that year. And then Daniel Bryan happened, and WWE really didn't, open their eyes to Daniel Bryan, and thankfully they did before it was too late. And Batista did the job. He put over Daniel Bryan. So did Randy Orton in the best possible way. And then they reformed Evolution to Battle of Shield, which I enjoyed very much. And then Batista left. There is a groundwork here for this feud if they want to visit it. Really. And I hope that they do. But I don't think they're going to do it on SmackDown Live 1000. I don't think WWE has the patience. Or SmackDown Live in October, rather. They're not going to do it on SmackDown Live in October 2019 when they move to Fox. We've seen this on SmackDown Live 1000. The seeds were planted. If they're going to do it, Triple H is going to want to do it at WrestleMania. And then to accompany that WrestleMania match, they'll probably put Batista in the Hall of Fame. But it does, the only thing I could see it in October 2019 when they move to Fox because Batista has said that he wants one more full year in pro wrestling. So if they do it for WrestleMania, that means Batista will probably come back, WrestleMania season and wrestle 3 or 4 months, do the whole house show circuit and whatnot. But if Batista is offering his services for the rest of the fucking year, then why wouldn't WWE take Batista up on that offer? He's a huge fucking name. So if they want to do it in October, I could see them doing it because of Batista wanting to work the whole year. But I could also see them doing it at WrestleMania because Triple H needs his obligatory WrestleMania match. And then WWE could put Batista in the Hall of Fame. They could still very well do that and save the match for October, but I don't think they will because WWE, when it comes to these things, has no patience. So that's my take on that. I want to see it happen. I hope it happens. I don't really care where it happens, but there's benefits to both. If it happens at WrestleMania, great. And we could see it at WrestleMania for the reasons I gave you. If it doesn't happen at WrestleMania, that's also good because that would mean one less match taken up by Triple H and a semi-retired pro wrestler. And we could get someone else on the card that deserves it. And we could save it for October. And people are going to want to, amp up SmackDown Live. And WWE's going to want to present SmackDown Live in October 2019 in the best possible way, man. That's a huge fucking match. That's a WrestleMania match on basic television. So, there's obviously pros and cons to both. So we'll see what happens. That's his idea. I can go either way. But if I was to make a decision, if you held a gun to my head in a sense of where you want this match to be, I would probably hold off until SmackDown Live in October 2019 when they go to Fox. That's the decision I would make if I was to choose the two. So let me know what you guys think about that. That's the big news coming out of that for Batista and Triple H. Ronda Rousey reportedly working closely with Paul Heyman. Ronda Rousey has impressed several people since coming to the WWE, and her WrestleMania 34 match with Kurt Angle taking on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon was probably the best match on the entire show. Now she's on her own and the Raw Women's Champion, and she has Nikki Bella in her sights. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that while Rousey did write her promo on Raw this week, which included some great lines about eradicating the Bellas like they were smallpox, I didn't really enjoy that line, but, to each his own. She had some help from Paul Heyman while writing the promo. It is said that Rousey has been working with Heyman backstage as he's produced all of her segments as of late because she feels comfortable with working with him. So he gave her some big points to hit, like talking about kicking down the door to Cena's bedroom and milking her celebrity relationship for all she could to get famous. Heyman also helped write Bella's lines in response about helping other women at the beginning of the WWE's Women's Revolution. So, Paul Heyman is going very, very old school here. Paul Heyman is dictating who's the heel and who's the babyface, giving the heel-like lines that are so ridiculous that they're no doubt going to get negative reaction and heat, and he's booking Ronda Rousey to look like a fucking badass and state truth. So there you go. I'm not saying the segment was bad at all. I just think that the segment looked a little bit forced, if you ask me. And then the segment where Ronda Rousey threw around 4 security guards and one of them ran away, 5 in total, is a little fucking ridiculous. I don't like shit like that. It looks absolutely ludicrous, if you ask me. Not saying the segment was bad, and now that there is reports that Paul Heyman is working with Ronda Rousey, I guess unofficially she is a Paul Heyman girl. So that's nice to know that Paul Heyman is still having some sort of influence over some of the talent on Monday Night Raw. Only time will tell if WWE will ever place Rousey and Heyman together on screen, but at this point it seems like they might have found a very workable compromise. So there you have it, man. I'm not sold on the main event whatsoever. I'm not sold on the main event whatsoever, and I don't think fans are sold on the main event either, because Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella have shown no boost, according to some, for Evolution ticket sales. Now, with the promo on Raw this week, obviously they tried to do their best to sell the best match that they could. She must have remembered every word on WWE's writer's hand, because she did say a lot, and it was a lot for Ronda Rousey to just go through off of what Paul Heyman, and her, Ronda Rousey, did. But even with the insults to Nikki Bella on behalf of John Cena, or at least about him, now fans have a brand new reason to see WWE Evolution, because Nikki not only wants Rousey's title, but she also wants to scratch her eyes out for calling her DNB, Do Nothing Bellas, which is kind of lame, if you ask me. Now, no matter how much fans might want to see this match, I know some, there are more than some who don't want to see it. I think this match completely goes against whatever the Evolution really stands for, but that's just my honest opinion. Many fans just want it to be over with, so Nikki Bella will hopefully just leave the WWE and go do what she needs to do away from the wrestling ring. Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that he hadn't heard the initial main event announcement for Evolution help ticket sales much at all. Obviously, the ticket sales have been very disappointing, he says, for the show, but that was as of a week ago. But I didn't hear anyone say anything move this week once they announced the Ronda match. Nikki Bella has it coming to her, and fans really want to see Ronda Rousey twist her arm off. Their interaction on Raw this week really helped raise interest to their match, which will headline Evolution, but only time will tell if WWE will be selling out their first ever all-female pay-per-view, or if they'll have to break out the tarps to cover some empty sections of the arena. Now, in a follow-up to their report, Wrestling Observer Newsletter reports that Nassau Coliseum is now expected to sell out for their first ever women's pay-per-view, because the announcement of Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella led to a spike in ticket sales for the event. Now it is expected to be a sell-out show. I am not sure if that has to do with Ronda Rousey or Nikki Bella. I doubt it does. I honestly think that it has nothing to do with Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella, because I don't know who the fuck in their right mind would pay to see a pay-per-view headlined by that match. The pay-per-view ticket sales and the spike in ticket sales, according to Wrestling Observer Newsletter, probably are stemming from the fact that this is a first-time ever event, and that alone is piquing people's interest. They want to be a part of something in WWE history, and they're going out to support the Evolution pay-per-view. It has nothing to do with what's on the show. Nothing to do with that main event at all. That's just my honest opinion. It's more about being there in the arena for something that's happening for the first time ever in WWE. Because I don't know in their right mind who the fuck would pay to go see Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella in the main event of that show. At all. That's just me. More Evolution ideas. WWE could be building towards a big feud for Nia Jax. Uh-oh. Do you care? Of course you don't. Nia Jax is the girl who's not like most girls. And neither is Tamina Snuka. The second-generation superstar returned on Raw this week after nearly a year off due to an ACL injury. And she came back right in time for WWE Evolution. Did you notice she was gone? I didn't. Then you got people like Ryan Satin. Oh my God, Tamina is back. Who cares? Is it going to help enhance Monday Night Raw? No. It's actually going to make the show worse, if you ask me. Dave Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio, her return to action, Tamina, could have also been due to the fact that WWE has big plans for her to battle Nia Jax. This was greatly illustrated during their showdown during Raw this week. He says, and I quote, the whole thing was built around the idea of those two. They're trying to do something with those two against each other, like the two monsters of the division, and that kind of thing, end quote. Only time will tell how this feud might escalate, but it is a match both Nia and Tamina have spoken about wanting in the past. So they're likely going to do whatever they can to make this happen. It certainly seems like we're getting this match, and if it doesn't happen soon, then a build towards this rivalry might be expected. I don't understand who would be interested in this at all. This is not the first time that they've hinted at feuding either. When Asuka was the first sole survivor of the women's 5-on-5 match at Survivor Series, I believe Nia Jax and Tamina went head-to-head in that match as well. So this is not the first time that these two women have been in the same ring, staring each other down like two monsters of the division. And I use that term loosely there, monsters. A feud between Nia Jax and Tamina generates absolutely zero interest. Now, if WWE and the rumored women's tag team titles are going to be unveiled at Evolution, why not take something that has zero interest in a singles match and you just do what you need to do in building interest towards the tag team division? Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka, they're both Samoan, aren't they? Isn't Tamina Nia Jax's cousin? If you ask me, I think that is factually correct. They are somewhat related. So, why aren't you going to team them together? I would much rather see Nia and Tamina team together in the tag team division if there's tag team championships there. Then you could really build a dominating duo in the tag team division instead of giving us a one-on-one match, which will make both women look bad and generate no interest. And if they do it, we won't want to see another fucking match between the two. Let alone a whole fucking feud on Monday Night Raw. Put them together. They are related. It's much better to use them together than use them individually in a feud that will generate zero interest. Come on now. Nobody is interested in seeing Nia Jax and Tamina feud on Monday Night Raw. Moving on here, man. I did have other news here. I did have other news about, yes, more Evolution news. Sable is rumored to have turned down a WWE Evolution appearance. I don't blame you, honey. I don't blame you at all. WWE is going to stack the WWE Evolution card the best they can with some huge names, but then again, not everybody wants to be a part of the big show. That's where WWE is absolutely wrong. They are catering to the past and they are not catering to the future, hence Evolution. If you're going to go out and grab names from the past, it's not really an evolution. Simple. It's simple to grasp. You're going to cater to the past, yet you're going to call the pay-per-view WWE Evolution or an evolution of women's wrestling. You can't do that. So that's where they have already fucked up. So, WWE apparently reached out to Sable. The rumor is that she wasn't interested. She don't give a fuck. Her husband is making millions upon millions with Vince McMahon's money. She's sitting at home doing nothing. That's all she cares about, man. That's all she wants to do. Sable's married to Brock Lesnar, one of the biggest parts of WWE right now. And Sable herself was one of the biggest parts of WWE during the Attitude Era, and her name blew up with downloads, posters, ratings, Playboy, you name it. But not anymore. At this time, Sable appears to be content living as quiet of a life as possible with her famous fighter husband and her family. WWE apparently had some plans for Sable from ring announcing to participate in the Women's Battle Royal, but no deal could be reached. Sable left WWE in rather unpleasant circumstances in 2004, and apparently she's not ready to come back, although WWE has allegedly told her that the door is still open. Respect the woman's privacy, man. Maybe she don't want to be on television anymore. Maybe she don't want anything to do with being in the spotlight anymore, no matter how little the spotlight is. Maybe she's not fit for television. I don't know. She wants to live a quiet life. She wants to be at home with the kids. She wants to be at home taking care of her husband. Leave her alone. She don't want nothing to do with Evolution. So I'm sure WWE will live without Sable being part of Evolution. I think we would be able to sleep easy at night knowing that Sable is not going to be a part of Revolution or the WWE Evolution pay-per-view or part of the Revolution, whatever. Who gives a shit? Moving on here, man. Leaked WWE documents reveal Survivor Series. What the fuck could this mean? WWE's calendar this year has been all about filling the pay-per-view calendar up as full as they can. And the company is not done yet. We got Crown Jewel, we got Evolution, and then we got Starrcade, and then we got Survivor Series. So the WWE's first ever all-women's pay-per-view Evolution is approaching. 5 days after, the company's traveling to Saudi Arabia, minus the female competitors, of course, to put on Crown Jewel. Then they travel to the UK to put on Raw and Smackdown before we get to witness Survivor Series. And before that, we get to, or is it after Survivor Series? I think it's after Survivor Series, Starrcade. I think it's 5 days after Survivor Series. So in the past few years, Survivor Series has served as an event where Raw can face off against SmackDown and champions can meet champions. Apparently, this will not be the case this year. According to several sources, they have obtained an internal survey which WWE is scheduled to release regarding Survivor Series. The leaked survey starts off by stating, "Tell us what you think about these upcoming matches at Survivor Series. Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns, which will probably be for the Universal Championship. Rey Mysterio versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which will probably be for the United States Championship. And here's an odd one. Charlotte versus Asuka. Now, what the fuck is that about? I don't know. Does that mean Charlotte's winning the Women's Championship from Becky at Evolution? Is she going to be the Women's Champion? Is Asuka going to be positioned coming out of Evolution to win the Battle Royal? Because she gets a title shot of her choosing. And is she going to cash in that title shot at Survivor Series, winning the Battle Royal at Evolution? I don't know. That's the only thing that I could think of. Other than that, it doesn't make sense for a one-on-one match with no title on the line. So is Charlotte going to beat Becky at Evolution? I don't know. There are rumors going around that Becky might have to drop the title because she might need surgery on her jaw, which is cracked. Asuka could win the Battle Royal, and WWE could have listened to the cries of the WWE Universe and want to push Asuka after they fucked her over. And give her some spotlight again and get behind her again. After reports of Vince won't push her because she can't speak English, which is a complete crock of shit. I don't know what WWE's plans are, but that match by itself with no title on the line has nothing to do with the Survivor Series. Yeah, it's a WrestleMania rematch, but if there's no championship on the line and there's no championship opportunity being cashed in there by Asuka, it really doesn't make much sense whatsoever. As has become typical for WWE fans, would then have the option to select their level of interest for each match, with the options being not at all, a little bit, somewhat, very, and extremely. So, if we were to rate here on this show, how interested are you in Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns? Not at all. How interested are you in Rey Mysterio versus Shinsuke Nakamura? A little bit. A little bit. Charlotte versus Asuka? Depending on the situation, very. I'd love to see a rematch between Charlotte and Asuka. I think that there was a lot left on the table stemming from WrestleMania 34 this year. I hope Asuka would win the title, but probably not. Now, Strowman taking on Reigns is something fans should expect until the end of 2018. If I had a gun, I'd hand it to you. Or a noose, I'd hand it to you. If I had bleach, I'd hand it to you. I don't. Who wants to see that throughout the rest of the year? No one. Not at all, WWE. I vote not at all. That feud over the Universal title isn't going anywhere. Mysterio made his full-time return at Smackdown 1000, and he defeated the United States Champion Shinsuke Nakamura clean in the process as he advanced to the WWE World Cup. Given what the Japanese star tweeted about the affair afterward, one would assume that this rivalry has some legs. Charlotte versus Asuka is intriguing. Is the last woman standing match at Evolution going to end the Charlotte versus Becky Lynch feud? Will she regain the title and defend against Asuka? Both of them are baby faces. Will one of them turn? Who will Becky Lynch face? A lot of these questions remain unanswered. So hopefully it doesn't give away too much about Evolution and the outcome of that title match. Charlotte versus Asuka could be a simple tale of the Empress of Tomorrow looking for revenge after the Queen ended her unbeaten streak in WrestleMania 34 for the Women's Championship. WWE would have to do a hell of a lot of work for me to care about Asuka coming out of what they've had her do to get me at all to care about a Charlotte versus Asuka simple one-on-one match looking for revenge. If that match is happening, it's for the Women's Championship. And if that match is happening, it's because Asuka is going to win the Battle Royal at Evolution. I just, even now, even though Asuka has been booked like shit, I can't see her being eliminated. I really can't. So we'll see what happens, man. This is very interesting, but that doesn't really signify Survivor Series at all, if you ask me. Survivor Series, with everything that's going on with the WWE calendar, Survivor Series is really, really going to suffer. Because Evolution is happening, Crown Jewel is happening, and then WWE has all these other shows to build towards, and then they're going to be left with no time to build towards Survivor Series. This is why I thought maybe doing champion versus champion and Raw versus Smackdown would actually be an easy way out for them to book the show, but they don't want to go about that. They don't want to go in that direction. They want to make things a little bit more difficult for themselves. They want things to make zero sense, whereas if they booked Raw versus SmackDown for the Survivor Series, it would be an absolutely 100% easy out for them to book a show that absolutely makes 100% sense. But they don't want to do that. I'd love to see a Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Really. I'd love to see a Rey Mysterio captain Team SmackDown versus Team Raw. I'd love to see The Bar versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. I'd love to see Roman Reigns versus an AJ Styles or a Daniel Bryan. Why would they pass up on that? Seriously. I'd love to see a Becky Lynch retain the title Evolution and go fight Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series. Who doesn't want to book that match? I don't understand that. Fucking ridiculous. It's an easy out for them. Yeah, we're getting Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns again? Who cares? Charlotte as a women's champion again? What is that, the 9th time? Yeah, and Asuka. What are you going to do from here till then? You got 1 month. Is Asuka going to be positioned as a killer that like she should be positioned? No. I doubt it. So this leaked WWE document is showing Survivor Series, and it's nothing impressive whatsoever. But I didn't expect much from Survivor Series anyway this year because WWE is putting all their resources into Crown Jewel and Evolution, and Survivor Series is going to be one of those shows, a major pay-per-view that ends up getting the fucking shaft. It's going to end up getting shit on because they're putting all their resources into these other big events that are making them more money. It's ridiculous. And then WWE rumored to have Survivor Series feature The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels in a one-on-one match. Meanwhile, he's coming out of retirement for 8 years. 8 years in solitude. Guy's coming out of retirement in front of people that requested Yokozuna and the Ultimate Warrior to be at the Greatest Royal Rumble. I am glad that WWE and Shawn Michaels himself values the retirement of probably one of the greatest wrestlers, if not the greatest wrestler, in the history of that company. Good job. Good job there, WWE. Really, really appreciate your efforts. Moving on here, man. Recent WWE Performance Center signee changed up his look in a big way. According to sources, Punishment Martinez was found at the Performance Center with a good run under his belt from Ring of Honor. And he was the Ring of Honor television champion. And he dropped the title at the recent TV tapings. His deep voice, tattoos, and long hair were staples of his character in Ring of Honor. While the voice and tattoos are likely to remain, although he might get more ink, it looks like his hair is now gone. His hair has ended up in the same way as Baron Corbin. Martinez, real name Luis Martinez, appeared in several WWE promotional shots, but you might not recognize him as Punishment Martinez until you get a closer look at his tats because the hair was all gone. Looks like he went the way of Baron Corbin, except the WWE Universe didn't even have a chance to see him with long hair. It's certainly an interesting decision, but it is probably way cooler in Florida to have a shaved head. It's a good look on him, though. Only time will tell how long we will see him in the Performance Center and then debut on NXT television, and his hair can always grow back. But for now, it looks like Punishment Martinez is going the Baron Corbin route. This was in the news. Punishment Martinez has no hair. I don't care what he looks like. Get him on TV. That's all I care about. Upcoming feud for Braun Strowman could be a big deal. The Dogs of War, or whatever Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman are called together, the Pack, they're done. I wish Raw was done completely. Raw ended this week with Braun Strowman hitting a running power slam on Ziggler, and then McIntyre took out Braun with a devastating Claymore kick. It's pretty clear that the fans popped extra hard with any heated interaction between Ziggler and McIntyre, and Dave Meltzer mentioned that on Wrestling Observer, as he spoke about a big program that could very well be on the horizon for two superstars with a ton of career ahead of them. He says, and I quote, "They did the split at the end. I don't know. I thought it was pretty clear there was a split with Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. People really want to see Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. I don't really care at all. I could really sense that there's something there," Meltzer says. "I don't know if it's big, but it's bigger than most things that they do." End quote. Only time will tell how huge Strowman and McIntyre will be once it goes down. But with the amount of standoffs WWE's booked for the two of them, they are certainly building towards something. After all, former stablemates often end up battling, and McIntyre and Ziggler are still Raw Tag Team Champions, so it's best that they get along, and they did leave together to close out Monday Night Raw. I am not interested in Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre at all. I'm not. I couldn't give a single shit. But WWE, we reported on part 2, they have no end game in sight. When it comes to Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns, they have no conclusion. And if they have no conclusion for those guys, then they have no conclusion for these guys. So if we're going to see match after match after match, and it's not going to go anywhere, who cares? I don't really give a shit. I honestly think Drew McIntyre should be on to bigger and better things on Monday Night Raw. Braun Strowman, Braun Strowman has lost all his appeal to me. All his appeal. They turned him heel to simply feud with Roman because they didn't want to put anybody else with Roman, and it was the wrong decision. It was a bad mistake. And now they are they're pretty much just going week to week, not knowing what to do. They're like, oh, Drew McIntyre's big. Oh, Braun Strowman's big. Hey, let's put them together. Let's put them together. It means nothing. What are they fighting over? Is Braun Strowman, the way you should really be looking at it is Braun Strowman is getting the short end of the stick. Not only does he have to put Roman Reigns over and not win the Universal title, now he's going to be put in a feud with Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. He's going to be feuding with Drew McIntyre. Who's going to go over in that feud? Who's the likely one to go over in that feud? You're not going to put Braun Strowman over. Drew McIntyre is going to be the guy you're going to put over because he's going to be the one that you're going to elevate to the next level. So as far as I'm concerned, what you're doing with Braun Strowman is you're giving him the short end of the stick. Failed his cash in at Money in the Bank. Or won the Money in the Bank and failed his cash in at Hell in a Cell. Now he's getting a Crown Jewel title match. And he's not going to win the title there. Probably going to feud with Roman Reigns again and not win the title. And then feud with Drew McIntyre and put over Drew McIntyre. Now, if WWE is smart, they take the fucking title off Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns ain't doing shit with the Universal title. What if Braun Strowman won the Universal title in a shock victory? And then he drops it to Drew McIntyre. At least at that point, Braun Strowman would have beaten Roman Reigns and won the title just for the sake of winning the title and then drop it to Drew McIntyre. That would be the outcome that I would like to see. But if you're going to go about this in the way that I'm thinking they will do it, Braun Strowman is going to be nothing more than a fucking puppet. Putting guys over left and right. And he should have been the one to be put over by WWE when they had the right opportunity for him. And they fucking let him down. They let him down. Now I don't care. I just don't care. Finally, I got two more stories. I'm looking to get the hell out of here because I'm fucking tired. WWE looking for a new GM for 205 Live. 205 Live could be getting a new general manager in the very near future. Dave Meltzer mentioned in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that WWE is looking outside the company for a possible replacement for Drake Maverick, now that he's featured weekly on Raw as the manager of the Authors of Pain. One person in particular that they're looking for is former WCW and TNA play-by-play announcer Mike Tenay. It remains to be seen if they actually follow through and bring him in. Story is developing. I don't give a shit who they bring in. Maybe Mike Tenay will transition into a fucking play-by-play guy, man. I always enjoyed Mike Tenay's play-by-play. I thought he was good. But if they're going to bring in Mike Tenay, so be it. So be it. Another helping hand on WWE. Finally, guys, get ready to pay more for the WWE Network. The WWE Network currently sits at a flat cost per month. Fans who purchase the streaming app on any of their devices can watch for $9.99 a month. This has always granted fans the access to old and upcoming pay-per-views, NXT, various network series such as Camp WWE, Table for 3, 24, etc., etc. Over the past year or so, WWE has sent out numerous surveys to various portions of their paying fan base, asking them how they would react to a tiered system for the WWE Network. The idea itself has been around for some time, garnering a mixture of both positive and negative responses. In the latest survey to be released, the WWE appears to offer only one additional tier above the $9.99 price that currently exists. For $15 a month, fans would reportedly get numerous rewards that far exceed what the current rate offers. To begin with, WWE explains that this tier would introduce several exclusive features unavailable to the lower tier users. WWE is considering a new premium tier for the WWE Network, offering more content, features, and perks. This tier would be available for $15 per month. In addition to everything you get today as a WWE Network subscriber, you would also receive additional exclusive streaming content, live monthly Saturday night main event shows, special live events, meaning house shows, current and archived in-ring programming from ICW and Progress Wrestling. From here, WWE would reveal the new tier would look like the following. Free shipping on all WWE merchandise, which is good. Loyalty program where fans can earn WWE-based prizes. Fans earn points the longer they stay with the $15 tier that can be used. I like that because honestly, you know, the one thing that I am vastly disappointed in with the WWE Network is I've been signed up since day one, and the OGs have got nothing at all. They give away the network for free. I'm here paying $9.99 a month, which I gladly will do because it's worth so much more than $9.99. I watch WWE Network more than I do anything. We get nothing back in return. Nothing. Maybe a t-shirt or an item from the shop as a fucking thank you. You know? Something. We've gotten nothing. Tickets to shows. You know? Tickets to, house shows in our city. Nothing. Early access to live events and live event tickets. Automatic entry into WWE-based sweepstakes. Ability to stream and download WWE content up to 4 devices as opposed to 2. Create custom playlists. Alternate audio and alternate commentary. That would be fucking great. For the shows that I don't want to hear Michael Cole, I could fucking mute him. Example, Mae Young Classic. I would like to mute the fucking commentary. The ability to watch content offline. Fan voting on WWE Hall of Fame candidates. Meetups with other VIP members at special events. That would be great. I'm liking what I'm hearing so far, man. I would take part in that. Fans can test new products and new programming to generate responses. WWE is teasing additional NXT TakeOver shows that would likely be exclusive to those to the higher No, I don't want additional TakeOver shows. You can stop right there. You don't need to add exclusive TakeOver shows to the higher paid tier. You don't need to add more TakeOver shows on top of what we're getting. They're fine the way they are. They also asked fans to rank the following promotions that they'd like to see on the WWE Network, as WWE may add some of those promotions in response to what the fans want to see. And obviously, they list New Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah, Ring of Honor, ICW, Progress Wrestling, Lucha Underground, AAA, Evolve, Impact, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, Shikara, and WXW, which WWE is working with nowadays. So I'm liking everything that I'm hearing from that, man, really. The loyalty program, earning WWE prizes, fans earn points that I can spend on WWE Shop the longer I'm with the network at the $15 tier, early access to live events and live event tickets. I'd love that, Automatic entry into WWE sweepstakes, the alternate commentary, shut it on, put it on, shut it off, fan voting in WWE Hall of Fame candidates. Now, I don't know if WWE's going to allow anybody to just be voted in. I'm sure they'll give you a list of who they want, and you can vote on when they go in. Fan meetups with VIP members of special events. I like that stuff, man. I think that would be great. And even if they didn't have any of this, I would still purchase the network. I would gladly pay $15 because NXT alone is worth $15 to me. The pay-per-views that we're getting is worth $15. You're not going to go out and buy these shows for $64.99 in HD on your cable provider. You're not. I'm going to pay the $15 that I get WWE anytime I want, and anything that they're offering and anything that they got going on is going right on the network. $15 is not much to ask for. It's only a $5 increase. And if they add more to what we're getting now, you know, I've already said I'm gladly paying the $15. But if they add more, it would be fantastic. The network is worth its weight. Believe me. $15 is nothing. You're getting a whole lot more than $15. So that the price should mean nothing. But I hope that they do give some incentive to us who have been with the fucking network for so long. I feel like I get nothing in return. That's the only gripe that I have with the network. I feel like being that I signed up since day one, I've gotten nothing in return. Take care of us OGs, please. I'm getting out of here, man. Thank you guys so very much for all that. And that is Off the Script for episode 244. That's your part number 3. If you guys enjoyed the video, man, hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,500 thumbs up tonight before Monday Night Raw. I'll see you guys tonight for Monday Night Raw. And if you enjoyed anything here, like I said, hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking about everything news-related in this video down below with a comment. Interaction is key. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. If you guys want t-shirts, barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. You guys know the deal on that. Use code BSHOP20 for 20% off. New shirt coming next week, man, hopefully. The 100,000 subscriber commemorative tee. Harrys.com/script, audibletrial.com/offthescript, and patreon.com/offthescript. Thank you guys so very much, man. I'll see you guys tonight for Monday Night Raw and a new week of WWE content. Until then, take care. I'll be live tweeting during Raw tonight as always, and I'll see you guys tonight for the review of Monday Night Raw. I'll talk to you later.